Well, welcome back to Market Sense. Now, last few days we've been trying to do this, get you companies which aren't spoken about too much, but which have either had a good earnings trajectory or the story is extremely strong, and that's something that we'll do right now as well. By the way, some news bits on CAG, so first tackle that. CAG is saying that the government should review, state taxes on fuels should be rationalized, okay. There was something else that came out as well, just wondering if it's important.
Review LPG and kerosene subsidies.
Oh, okay. No. Okay. Fair enough. It's something that most people have been asking for. So, but now coming from the CAG, that they should review the subsidies and taxes, state taxes on fuels should be rationalized. Fair point. But talking about companies which we're trying to get to, this company, Caplin Point, I was looking at the numbers that they came out with 3 months ago. Splendid numbers for the 9 months ended as well. They have done exceptionally well compared to what they did in the, for the 9 months in the previous year. They're comfortably well above the kind of numbers that they posted for the year ended June 30, 2013. The stock is locked on an upper circuit today as well. Paarthipan, chairman and founder of Caplin Point Laboratories, joins us right now on the show. Thanks so much for joining me, Mr. Paarthipan. A lot of people would be wondering as to what do you do exactly as a company. A very quick synopsis of what you're doing and what are the products, new products that you're working on right now?
Okay. We follow a very unconventional business model in the form of not only we manufacture and export, we also control our import and distribution with an exclusive arrangements in various countries in Latin America, thus resulting in comfortable cash flow and reasonable profits. This is one side. On the other side, we have also established a facility which is in line with US FDA, where we have just commenced the commercial production. There are very few companies which has actually a facility for injectables in India. That too, a company of our size, which probably ours is one of the very rare companies where we have established a facility in 100 crores without much of a debt. Our debt is only in the form of 2 crore 50 lakhs, and we don't have any working capital loans also.
Very interesting. So tell us, one, about this facility that you established. I also read an announcement as of 10th July which said that you've commenced an additional line of production in the area of suppositories, which is very unique for you as well. How does all of this add up, and what's the outlook like for the next 9 months, or next 12 months rather?
Exactly. This facility of suppository, it is for the ROW markets. It's not for US markets. Currently, we are also expanding in projects for the unregulated markets, one in the form of suppositories and 2 more in the pipeline in the form of peanut injections and soft gel for pharma. These suppositories, there are only 2-3 companies in the whole of India manufacturing suppositories. Suppositories are the products which sells more in Gulf and other countries in the form of West Africa and Latin America. This will definitely increase actually our sales, as well as actually it will boost the profit of the company in the years to come. Yes, please.
Afternoon, Mr. Paarthipan. In taking a look at your financials also, there has certainly been a steady improvement. Take us through what exactly it is we can expect. What are the targets that you're setting out for the company in terms of your top line growth as well as for your profits?
Okay. As I told you before, as a short term, we have established a unique business model which really took care of our actually comfortable cash flow and reasonable profits. With the result, we have established a facility without much debt. Again, going forward, as a long term, we have established a factory for injectables, and there is always a shortage in US and other international markets for injectable. We have already commenced the commercial production. Having completed the facility, the first stage is to go for a team of professionals who have exposure in the form of having handled US FDA audit in the previous companies. And in addition to that, we also engage outside consultancies to come and train our people and create systems and processes which will be in line with US FDA.
But Mr. Paarthipan, I just wanted to sort of, sorry to interrupt, but I sort of want to nail it down to numbers in terms of targets that you're looking forward to for FY15, because in terms of what you put in the last quarter, close to 42 crores in terms of your revenues, the net profit has seen a little bit of a dip. What kind of numbers or even approximate targets do you have in terms of your margin picture?
Okay, I'll give you actually, say like our financial year starts from July to June. We have completed only 3 quarters, that's 9 months. If I have to go by actually these numbers, the percentage of increase on year basis, the sales has increased by 36.8%, and the operating profit has increased by 33.8%. PAT is increased by 47.1% compared to the previous year, and the operating margin has increased by 20% compared to the previous year. And then CAGR is also in the form of 27%. That's how I look at it. Going forward, we are sure actually that we will be in a position to grow comfortably with an increase of 20 to 25%.
This is with respect to your top line growth?
Top line and bottom line.
Fair enough.
We will have a comfortable top line and bottom line.
Okay. Take us through also finally, with the new capex that has been done and, planned ahead, apart from that, are there any other capex plans that you've laid out?
There are 2 projects, as I told you before, in the form of pharma soft gel and PNAMs for the existing market is happening. And it's a question of few months before we complete actually these 2 facilities. And for some more time, we will focus more on actually 2 areas. One, as I told you, US FDA facility, getting into US FDA and other international markets. And the most important one in the form of retail chain in Central America and Caribbean, where we have maximum registration to the tune of 250 to 300 products in markets like Guatemala and other Central American countries. It becomes easy for a company to set up a retail chain if we have already registered more than 200 products. The reason being, the essential medicines only ranges between 500 to 550 products. Having reached the product range of 250, it will not take much of a time before we reach actually 500 products in the next 2-3 years. Then, once we set up our retail chain, the products that we have already registered, which has already been exported, will form part of actually the operating expenses for our retail chain. In addition to that, the conventional retail chain sells the products of other companies, whereas our retail chain will sell the product of our own company. Sure. With the result, the model will be end-to-end, a manufacturer becoming the retailer, first mile to last mile, there is no middleman involved, so we are very comfortable in creating a retail chain which will also create additional value to the company for both top line and bottom line.
All right, Mr. Paarthipan, we wish you all the best for that. Thanks so much for taking the time out and being with us and giving us that view.
Thank you so much.
Locked on a 5%.
Thanks to both of you and ET now.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Paarthipan. What we'll do is we'll take a break.